Yo, what's going on, guys? So today's video, we decided we're gonna do a random mini scheme. I'm gonna go to practice mode, or I'm gonna pick a team, and I'm gonna choose 3 random teams, and whatever lands on that third team is the playbook we're gonna break down. So it's a little on-the-fly type of unique thing we can do to break down, using some concepts we already know, and then find some other ones to create a nice little mini scheme with some good formation. So hope you guys enjoy this video, man. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. We're almost at that 1,000 subscribers where we're going to do a giveaway. Make sure you like, comment, and let me know in the comments also if you like this video, if you want to see more random playbook mini schemes. This was a lot of fun for me. So let me know, because I think it adds a lot of creativity. I think it's good for you guys to learn more things and be diverse with your playbook selection and things like that. So let me know in the comments what you think, and enjoy, guys. Alright, guys, so today we're doing a random mini scheme out of a random playbook. What the rules are here is we're going to press random team 3 times, and when I land on the third team, that's the playbook we're going to break down in this mini scheme. So it's going to add some creativity to us. We're going to be able to create on the fly, utilize some different concepts we already know to create some good plays. If it lands on a playbook that we've already covered on the channel, or if it's a known playbook like Oakland or West Coast, we're not going to do that. We want to do something different and unique here. So if that happens to land on the third one, then we'll do a fourth and final to get our final one. But we're gonna try it on the third one here. So let's get into it. Let's see what playbook we get. We'll do three randoms. All right. So the first one, let's go. We're gonna hit L trigger to do random. First one, Falcons. Okay. Second, Raiders. Obviously, Oakland, we don't need to do that. And now, here we go. So the third one, this is going to be the one we go with. And it's going to be the Cleveland Browns playbook. I'm excited for this. I do like this playbook. I messed with it a little bit, not much. I'm excited, though. Let's jump into it. So we're here in this Cleveland Browns offensive playbook, which we got randomly when we did our random test challenge here. Reviewing this playbook for a second, going over it, what we think we can work with. It's a good playbook as far as the shotguns go. It has 14 shotguns here, very viable formations. Has a lot of things we can go to. Now, the one thing I will say is their under center stuff is not great. Their single back is not great. They have wing stack, which is okay. It has some good pass plays. It has halfback dive. It doesn't have stretch, though, which is the one issue. Wing is okay. It doesn't have stretch again, but it does have dive, and it has like a power O. Wing tight U and wing tight are good, but they don't have the stretch in these either. They only have the dive, so you can mix those type of things in. But these under center formations aren't great as well. So the formations I'm gonna go over that I think are good enough, or make this playbook what it is, are the doubles offset weak formation, really good. The Y trips off weak formation, really good. And then the 2 meta formations, trips tight end and bunch. Both of them are really good in this playbook. The bunch and the trips tight end. We're gonna break some of those down. Now, then after that, I'm gonna go over some of the more gimmick things, or things you want to mix in, not necessarily run all game. And those are gonna be out of the monster, which I broke down. And some of these I broke down already on my channel. The monster formation, as well as the stack Y off formation. And then finally, I want to just show you guys the weak H wing. Alright, guys, so the first formation we're going to break down is out of the gun doubles offset weak. And I really love this formation versus cover 2. It does work versus any other zones as well. It's a really good formation, has some good plays. The plays we're going to break down are PA bubble over, sail, as well as PA read. And, obviously I want to make sure you guys mix in that read alert bubble as well. You want to have your slot receiver to the wide side, your halfback going to the wide side. So the first play we're going to break down is this PA bubble over. And real quickly, why I love it versus cover 2 is because we can literally just quick hike this. It has that stock outside fade to the wide side, which you can't create in hot routes anymore. We know how good this is versus cover 2. So we're just going to hike it. We're going to pass lead outside. We're able to rack that, get up the field, Odell Beckham. So that's the first thing I want to break down out of this play, is that it has that stock route that's an automatic huge play versus cover 2. The next thing I want to break down is how good this tight end route is. It's kind of like the 4 verticals tight end route. I think it's a little better for some reason. It really is really good versus cover 3. We'll test it here versus cover 2 with the mid read. But a quick setup I like to do here, if we don't want to have that cover 2 beaters, I like to just do a setup like this, where I have the halfback wheel flat combo to the wide side, as we know we love. I like to drag our slot receiver, and I like to deep smart route in route our circle receiver on the right side. So we're going to have a high-low read now come with the drag and the backside dig. If they have yellow shaded down, we're going to be able to wait for the dig. If they have yellow shaded up, we're going to be able to hit the drag underneath. And then we know how good the wheel route is. It's virtually, and no zone covers it. And then that tight end route is really good, which we'll see here. I think the mid read might cover it here in the cover 2, but let's go ahead and check it out. Yeah, you see the mid read does bag it, but right backside behind it comes that in route. So cover 3, that tight end route does get open. So once again, we're going to do our halfback wheel combo. And we're going to backside dig circle, and we're going to drag triangle like this. So it's going to look like this. And we're just going to wait and see what's open. We can low ball that, drag too as well. So we have that quick high-low read, then we have our backside halfback wheel. So the next play I want to break down is the sail play, and I literally like to run the stock. These routes beat any zones in the game, cover 2, cover 3, cover 4, man-to-man. This play works really well. And I want to point out how good a play with a post over here, as you see with square, on the opposite side, a deep smart route in route. I want to tell you guys how good that route combo is this year. It really spaces the field, stresses the user, stresses the middle of the field, and then if we have routes underneath or to the sidelines, it really creates a whole aspect of attacking the whole field. And that's that when you play offense, you want to spread the field out. That's what you want to do. So for this play, I literally don't touch the play. You can if you want. You can do the halfback wheel combo. You can throw a couple drags in there, but you don't need to. I love the way it's set up already because the tight end is on a whip route, and in Madden 20 you cannot hot route your tight end to a whip route anymore. That's why this play is so unique. This halfback route out of the backfield is a great little pocket route in zone. You can low ball it, kind of like the wheel, but it goes a little shorter, so it gets in a nice little pocket. You can be able to throw that right away. Then, like we talked about with the post and the dig, they're really going to sit inside the zones, and you'll be able to possession catch those inside the field. Then this corner route, it's like a weird inverted corner route. It will absolutely get wide open versus cover 2. It can work versus cover 3 as well if they don't have a great outside corner. So let's go ahead and break it. I'll just run this play stock, and let's see what we cook up. As you can see, corner route, Jarvis Landry, wide open on the sidelines. That route just destroys cover 2. We'll go ahead and break it down again. Remember, we're running this basically stock. We're just going to keep it how it is, and we're going to look now for someone else. Pocket to the running back right there. Possession catch. Easy 6-7 yards right there. So this play has many routes. So the final play I want to break down here is PA read. And this play is really good because it has a crosser from the tight end. We know how good crossing routes are in Madden 20. It has a backside, nice little post that gets over the middle of the field. And then with the other 2 routes, you can kind of do whatever you want, as well as the halfback. You guys know I love my halfback wheel routes. So the first setup that I would like to do looks like this. And you could choose if you want to drag or slant triangle. Either one is fine. But we're looking for that high-low read with the slant and the post on the backside. And we got sacked there, but as you can see, the running back was getting wide open. Our slant was getting open. Let me go ahead and break down that setup again. So it's going to look like this. And we're just going to look to see whatever's open versus zone. And we're going to low ball that slant right there to Jarvis because the mid-read bit back on the post. We had the slant underneath it wide open. So those yellows really got to make a choice over the middle of the field. And then the other setup I like to do is keep the crosser. We're going to keep the crosser with the tight end. So I just like to do a setup like this. You can basically do whatever you want with circle. You can keep them on that route. For the sake of the video, we're going to keep them on a curl. But I really think you can keep that post. Actually, I think we'll keep the post. So this is the only adjustment we're going to make. It's going to look like this. And now we're going to look for our drag right away. If not, we're going to be able to get that crosser open on the sideline. Then for the backside route with circle, we can have that. But I want to point out, like I said with the curl, is we're going to have now the drag and the curl combo here to the backside. So if they're in hard flats, we hit the curl. If they're in cloud flats or purples, we hit the drag. So that's a really good combo as well. But I do like the backside post, so I'm going to keep it here. As you can see, we wait for the crosser to get open, past the mid-read, wide open on the sideline. So these 3 plays, really great. I love doubles formations in every year in Madden. It's really good here out of this doubles offset week. Alright guys, now we're going to break down the gun Y off trips week. And it has 3 plays that I like. Those plays are going to be Z under, PA slide, and slot 2 buck. Okay, so the first play we're going to break down is this Z under. And we're just going to do it versus basic cover 3. It's our most popular defense. So I'm going to keep this formation really simple for you. All we're going to do here is put square on a comeback and put X on a drag. So it's going to look like this. So we're going to have our zone beat on the left side, whether it's hard flats or cloud flats, as I've broken down another video on my channel. Then on the right side, we're going to have a high-low read. So we're going to motion him over. We're going to hike it while he's still in motion right about now. And let's see what we can see. As you see, we have they had purples or clouds. We can hit that drag underneath. So that's the left side that we flood. Now let's go ahead and break it down on the right side. It's going to look like this. Motion him over. Hike it while he's still in motion. And now we're going to read this high-low read. They're on the in route. So we're going to have that post over the middle to Jarvis Landry. And then, you know, they can use those 2 routes, but then on the backside, we're going to just recognize whether we have hard or cloud flats. So now let's break down slot 2 buck. And now here, I prefer if you were more in the middle of the field, so we can, because we're turning R1 into a corner route when we motion him over. That's our main play, or our main route. And this is the setup we're going to do. We're going to drag the tight end, streak square, put circle on a backside smart routed dig route. But we like to have our trips to the wide side, so let's motion him over. And we hit the drag. Can we wait for the corner? We wait for the corner. See, we need a little more space there, but we have the drag underneath for the easy completion. I'm going to go ahead and show you guys the replay. So they're in the purple, the stock purple routes. Obviously, I don't have 2 controllers right now, so they're in the stock purple routes, as you could see. And if we would have had a little more space, we could get that in there. But we had this drag for like an easy, 5 to 8 yards right there. And then backside, that route here is just a kind of a last resort type of route. It's not really like one of our top reads. It's our last read. So if it gets over in the middle of the yellows, we can sometimes, if you have the playmaker ability, you can playmaker him up as well. So now PA slide. We're going to do a similar. We already have the stock comeback on the left side, which is nice. And now we're just going to put R1 on a slant, drag the tight end. We're going to motion over R1 here to the left side. And we're going to have that slant post combo that we love, as well as the backside zone beater. So it's going to look like this. We can lowball that slant every time right in the middle of the field. Another thing you can do if you want to try to hit the post even more is you can streak your tight end like this. And motion over that slant like that. So then this will bring back the zones even more now. And we should be able to hit that post over the middle, as you can see right here, for a big completion. So it's a high-low read with the slant and the post. And then you can decide, do you want the drag, comeback, zone beater on the left side? Or do you want to keep him on that streak to bring back the zones for the post? Alright guys, so the first play is going to be out of PA slot corner here in trips tight end. And there's so many ways you can set this up. I broke this down on my run and gun ebook. This play is really good. The first thing I like to do here is just do flood each side of the field. So we're going to drag the tight end, motion over this corner, have a wheel and streak square. So it's going to look like this, and we're going to be able to wait. And we can hit that corner out there on the sideline. So it's a high-low read with the drag in the corner route. Backside, we have the wheel in the corner route as well. So it's going to look like this. Motion over the corner out, and we can throw, if it's hard flats, we throw the corner out. If it's cloud flats, we throw the wheel. As you can see, we get screamed at, but that wheel is going to be wide open out of the backfield versus the cloud flats. Another setup I like to do here is something like this. Another setup I like to do here is something like this. We're just going to streak the tight end, block our running back, and motion over this corner and turn it into a post. So it's going to look like this. So we're going to have double posts. Then we're also going to have that backside drag, as you can see there. But we're going to wait for that post. It gets wide open on the sidelines for a big completion. The next play we're going to break down here is PA shot post. This play has been good the last couple years in Madden. And literally all I like to do, there's different ways you can set this up. And I'll break down 2 setups. But first, just to quick, I like to come out and quick hike my opponent. I like to just drag the tight end like this. And we're going to quick hike. And we can wait for the drag with the zone, or we can wait for that crosser. We wait for the crosser on the sidelines. That crosser is really unguardable, super hard to defend. Once again. But then we have the wheel pulling the zones away too, so we hit that drag. And then if they're in man-to-man coverage, that wheel route will absolutely burn man. All these routes can beat man, so this is a really good quick snap play versus any coverage. Also, another setup I like to do is to drag or to streak the tight end and then drag circle or slant him and motion him over like this. So we're going to have a high-low read now with the drag and the crosser. As you can see, we hit the drag underneath. We can get easy completion. So that really stresses the field as well, both sides. I would like to go to double in sail, which is one of the easiest plays in the game, one of the best stock plays. You can literally run the stock. I like to just make a couple of quick adjustments. If you do have tight end route apprentice, I would like to put the tight end on a corner route with the route apprentice tree. We don't have that here with Njoku. The route's fine how it is, but if you have the route apprentice, it'll make it even better. And then I like to just flat route triangle and streak square, so it's going to create great spacing on the field versus zone. The flat's going to pull away any flat zones to hit that in route. The streak's going to pull the zones back, so that in route should be open underneath. If they're in cover 2, we're going to have that streak to Higgins over the middle with a pass lead inside. Then back here on the backside, we're going to be able to beat zone underneath with the table route. If they don't have hard flats, if they do have hard flats, we're going to be able to hit the corner route over the top. So it really stresses both sides of the field. Let's go ahead and check it out here. As you can see, in route underneath, zones got brought back by the streak, brought outside by the flats. Let's go ahead and do it again. Look on the right side, see what we have. Looks like they're running back, so we're going to have that table route for an easy completion. So it's a nice little short route, quick pass type play, but it can beat your opponent up the top, like we said with the streak, but it really beats zones on both sides of the field. This next play we're going to break down is verticals, and out of trips and verticals has been good for the last couple of years as well. It's really so good. The tight end corner route is that quick corner route, destroys man. We're going to have that mixed with the halfback wheel, which is going to be like we saw in the last play. It really can stress the zones. Then here on the backside, you could basically do whatever you want. And this triangle route is very unique, very good because it can win versus cover 3 over the top. It can win versus cover 2 over the top. And if they're in cover 2 as well, I like to motion over triangle, and you're going to be able to pass lead outside on the sidelines here if we motion them over and swerve that versus cover 2 every time, which I broke down in another video on my channel as well. But just for if we don't want to utilize motion, I just like to literally just drag square as well as that halfback wheel. And we're going to have this, we're going to look to the right side first with the wheel in the corner out, then we're going to have the backside drag to really be our final route, and then we can look over the top as well. Sometimes we can user catch circle if they don't user that over the top. It's a little delayed, slow kind of post route. So let's go ahead and break it down here. And it's just great spacing. As you see, we get that drag over the middle for a huge gain. I'm going to show you guys the replay of this play real quick. I really just love this play because it really stresses the whole field, stresses the user, and allows us to stretch the field. So we could have hit looks like we had a low ball too to the tight end as well. Low ball, that corner out is really good, wide open in the little pocket. Then here we have that backside. They choose this little post route right here, and we're going to be able to throw that drag underneath. The final play here out of trips tight end is going to be PA counter go. I love this play a lot, even more last year. I do like it this year as well. The only thing we're going to do is block the running back and drag our tight end. And now we have the crosser now on the inside guy instead of on triangle. So it really messes up the defense a little bit because they're going to expect the crosser from triangle once we hit him with PA shot post. But now it's coming from the circle route. And then on the backside here, we're going to pull the zones back with our stock streak. And then we're going to have that little weird deep out route, which really gets open versus zone, especially if there's hard flats. And then if there is hard flat, or if there's cloud flats of purples, we have the drag underneath, as we know. So it really stresses the field again. So let's go ahead and break it down. We wait. We didn't have enough time. The crosser was getting open on the sidelines. Let me go ahead and show you guys again. These sheds in practice mode are insane, guys. So let's go ahead and see. I believe they're in purples or clouds, so we can easily just hit our drag for a big gain right here. But if they were in hard flats, we'd be able to hit that out route on the sidelines as well. We're going to utilize both sides, both hash marks of the field. Our plays are going to be mesh spot, as you can see, which we came out in. Then we're going to have deep corner, divide, verticals, and bunch trail. So those are going to be our main plays out of this Cleveland bunch. First, we're going to break down mesh spot, which I've already broken down in the video before, so I don't want to get too in-depth with it. Double out routes, streak to slot guy, we're going to have these double wheeler routes. As you can see, we low ball into the pocket, wide open David and Njoku. So both sides get open versus zone. I don't need to break that play down any further. We know how good it is. I broke it down in another video, which I'll put in the description below if you want to see more. So now deep corner. I love this play in the game. It's in the West Coast playbook as well, which I think made it more popular. But there's so many things you can do out of this. We know the stock setup like this we've seen all year in tournament play with the corner route and the backside dig. We know how good it is. I don't want to break that down. But what I do want to break down is something a little more unique. And it looks like this. We're going to have a different halfback wheel combo now. And we're going to do it like that. And now we're going to motion our slot receiver here on the corner up, but it's going to turn into a post. And what you can do is you can keep the deep post with circle. It still works. It'll get open eventually versus cover 3, cover 4 if you can pull the routes. But I also like to do this type of setup here, where we just hitch. We're going to have a post and a hitch now over here. As you can see now, we had a horrible pass on Baker Mayfield, but that post was going to get wide open. So let me go ahead and break it down again now. So when we run like mesh post, we like our halfback wheel that's a little shorter to the short side. But when we run the stock halfback wheel hot route, we like it to the wide side. It gets open versus zones this way really well. So, and then like we said, we're going to hitch circle, and we're just going to motion over, and we're going to have this combo now to the right side. Now we have our halfback wheel, and we're just getting shitted. But look at, I'm going to go ahead and break down the replay. As Aaron Donald is lit up. But if you check it out here, we have our halfback wheel, and when we go to the wide side, we like the hot rotor wheels. They get wide open versus zone. Then look at our combo here. They pick the hitch route. They come down on that, so we're going to have the post over the top on the sidelines, wide open. So the next play I want to break down is the play divide. And the reason we love this so much is because it has that stock crosser in the slot. You cannot get that usually. It's not. This play is not in many playbooks because of that. Usually you need a route apprentice in the slot to get it. That's why I love this play. So all we're gonna do is just streak circle and put square on a motion slant. It's kind of like the wide receiver post setup, and we're gonna wait to see which route we can hit versus zone. The slant low ball would be fine, but we're gonna wait for the crosser. We didn't get enough time there, so I had to throw it. Aaron Donald just screaming at me. But let's go ahead and do it again here. Hopefully we can block Aaron Donald this time. And as you can see, we're going to motion over the slant and try to pick him up. And then the crosser is going to get open on the sideline. So we can choose. We can lowball the slant, motion over. We can wait for that crosser. The next play I'm going to break down is verticals, which I don't need to break down too much. You guys know how good this is. Multiple ways to set it up. We can utilize the tight end wheel route with a motioned out route like this. So this would be a setup I like right here. And we can low ball that tight end route. Horrible pass by Baker. We can also just literally run it stock with a halfback on a little option route like this. It's really going to sit open versus all the zones. So motion him out like that. I mean, you guys know verticals. I don't need to break down verticals a lot. This is one of the most popular plays in Madden. Finally, bunch trail. And there's a lot of ways you can set this up as well. You can literally run this stock as well. But a simple setup I like to do here is either keep the tight end out route, which will get open versus clouds. But I really like to double drag our tight end and our circle receiver and motion him over like this. So we're going to have double drags. They're going to run into the corner route as well. So we're going to be able to throw underneath every time basically, unless they have hard flats. And if they do have hard flats, we're going to be able to hit that corner route. So let me go ahead and break it down again here. So motion him over. See if they bite down on the drag. Well, they do a little bit, and we can throw the sidelines to that corner route. So they didn't have hard flats there, but they bit down on just enough. Another simple setup is would be to whip route that with the corner route. So now you have a high-low read, whether it's cloud flats or hard flats. So that's another setup we can do. And I like to try to look for the bomb over the top. If we can get enough time, this will bomb versus cover 3. I know Donald's coming at me, but we would be able to have that bomb over the top with the post. We're not going to be able to throw it with Aaron Donald here. I'll try one more time, but I just know that we're not going to be able to. But yeah, usually if we had escape artist too, it'd be even easier to roll out. Let's see if we can get it here to Odell. Cover 3 bomb. There we go. So as you can see, that bomb's cover 3 as well. So bunch trail to the short side, one of the best plays in the game. So that was the gun bunch breakdown. Alright guys, finally a couple little gimmick things I want to show you guys. But I already put these tips on my channel in the past, so I don't want to get too in-depth in that for them. But just a couple things that are in this playbook that can be utilized as well is the monster formation. It's really going to force your opponent to have to base align because it's going to offset the defense completely like this. And you're going to be able to just run a little inside zone for an easy game because you have the numbers up the middle. It really glitches out the defensive alignment, and then you can audible from this formation as well, which is the beauty of it. So you can audible to something like tight slots really quick and hike it while they're still not set up. And you'll have numbers up the middle as well. So things like that you can utilize. You can audible different formations, like maybe like a quick base, really quick inside zone from this formation. It really glitches out the defense. So that's the first one I wanted to break down. One is out of the stack Y off formation, and I broke down a similar setup in the Arizona playbook out of this. But we're just going to utilize the jet pass fake zone, or the fake jet pass power, excuse me, as well as the jet touch pass. And if you have a route chem, this formation can be pretty good because you can pass out of it a little better. The plays aren't great for passing stock, so you need a route chem. But I just want to show you guys these little gimmick plays. The fake powers are really good as well as jet touch pass. So obviously you need a mobile quarterback. We have Baker Mayfield here. It's not going to be like that great. But I really like this verse when you see 3-4 pinch defenses, or you see a 1-4-6 that is pinched in. You can really hit him to the outside with these. So the first is the fake power. We're going to try to run out Baker Mayfield, see how it goes. But we're going to have the blocking there to get to the outside. Obviously, we don't have enough speed, but that's a little gimmick you can throw in. And then we're also going to have this jet touch pass to Odell here, which we're going to be able to get to the outside with tons of space. He has that give and go ability with the jukebox, so it can be nasty if you have a guy with ability that can do that as well. So this is a formation to mix in. I wouldn't recommend running it all game unless you can create something with a route chem ability. So the final thing I want to break down for you guys is out of this weak wing formation. It's just going to be halfback dive flipped. Now I know I wish it did have a stretch, but it doesn't. And if it did, we could make something out of it. But you can also pass out of this. It has some decent routes, and you can create some if you have a route chem at tight end. But I just wanted to break down halfback dive flip to you guys out of this formation. It's just so good. I ran this a lot in MUT draft when you didn't get a chance to choose your playbook and you had to kind of work with what you were given. And this weak wing halfback dive is just so good because these power blocking to the left side, when I noticed, is even better. And then we're going to have our fullback on the right that can block anything from that right side if they get through, but they won't. For some reason, runs flipped to the left side when they hand off to the right still are way better this year. So I'm just going to hike it. It's going to look like this. We're going to be patient, and we're going to get up the field. We know how good halfback dive is this year. It's a simple little thing. Just I wanted you guys to mix in. And if you do have a route chem ability, you can make some passes out of this. As you can see, we can cut it left, we can cut it right, we can cut up the middle. It's one of the best runs in the game. So I hope you guys enjoyed this Cleveland Browns random playbook mini scheme. If you guys want to see more of this, let me know in the comments.